Do you want a really good value for money product? I know I do. I mean, I'm a cheapskate. Everyone knows I'm a cheapskate. I want lots for little money. I want big quality for little cost. I want no compromises. I want quality products made by people who know what they're doing. That's why I'm trying out some of these products today. I've got a really insane value for money ceramic quick detailer, but this is the bonkers one. This is a quick detailer concentrate, and it will make this much product. So before I talk about the products, I want to talk about the brand. Ed Turner's is a UK-based company and they make their own products. They don't buy it in from someone else. They don't have someone else make it up for them. They make all of their own products, which is great because it means you are going to get the product that they want to give you. They're able to control their costs, control everything about them. They're not super duper fancy. Their bottles are fairly simple. Their labels are simple, but they're not trying to be a scene brand. Really what they're doing is they're aiming for a target market which is in between a beginner and an enthusiast. Somewhere in between. People who want to upgrade. They've used the supermarket's own stuff, the car store owns stuff, things like that. They want to upgrade, but then as soon as you get into the scene products, there's quite a jump in price. So what they're aiming for is that in between, that middle ground, where you're getting really good value for money, but you're also getting really good quality products. Now, the ceramic quick detailer doesn't come in a fancy bottle, doesn't have a fancy label, doesn't really matter. It's all about the product, the quality of the product that matters. When people hear ceramics, they think, oh, loads of protection, tons of protection. It's going to be beading like crazy. It's going to last for ages. Not necessarily. Adding ceramic components to products like a QD can just simply add a little bit of better water repellency, a little bit of better chemical resilience sometimes, and also slickness and shine that you perhaps don't get from a pure polymer-based product. So don't look at this and say this is a ceramic sealant, because it's not, it's a ceramic quick detailer. But great value for money. I believe this is a tenner for a litre of this. But that might not be the one you're here to look at. You might be wanting to see this crazy concentrated one. That's exactly what this is. This is their quick detailer waterless wash FN Super Concentrate. You can figure out yourself what the FN stands for. So it comes in a 100ml bottle. It's as simple as that. This is how it comes when you buy it, and it's $9.99. Bonkers price. Now, you don't get a spray bottle or anything with it, but you can buy them separately. For me, I've always got some spare bottles kicking around the house. Whenever my missus has finished with some cleaning products in the house, I ask her to give me her bottles and I'll reuse them. So this is great because we're reducing the amount of plastics as well. You know, instead of having a 5 litre bottle of QD, it's a lot of plastic there, it's a lot of shipping and so on. This is small, this is cheap, and you reuse your bottles. But if you want to, you can buy one of these bottles from them. I believe that's $2.99 to add that on. And here also, they sent me this. This is 5 litres of their deionized water, 0 parts per million, pure clean water. That's what they recommend to dilute this with. You can buy that 5 litres. I believe it's $8.99, but you can buy your own if you want to, but they just sent these to me as part of this test. So the dilution ratio for this, like I said, this makes 5 litres. If you've already worked out the maths, that's 20 ml in a litre bottle. That's all it is. 20 ml of this, and they send you a little syringe to go with it so you can measure it out, which is really handy. So 20 ml makes up 1 litre of a standard QD, and it's a cleansing QD. But like I said, it also mentions here on the bottle, it's waterless wash. So on the website, they list 2 different dilution ratios. You can mess around with these the way you want them to. But in this bottle, I've made it up at 10 ml to a litre. So in this bottle, there's 5 ml of product, simply 5 millilitres into this 500 ml bottle. And that makes your waterless wash. You can use the standard dilution of the quick detailer to still use that as a waterless wash if you want to, but you're going to be leaving more stuff behind, so it's really up to you. This has a bit of extra gloss enhancing, so it will make it look really nice, but it has a lot of the cleaning ability. That's what this is really there for. So you've got a choice of the two. Do you want some protection added each time, or do you want less protection and just a little bit of glossing and cleaning going on? That's the purpose of this one. Anyway, enough waffle. I need to take you out to the car. We're going to try these on the car as both waterless wash and quick detailer, and we'll try the ceramic on there as well and find out how that behaves compared to a very popular, well-known, very repellent quick detailer. So here I am using the more diluted version of the product, 5ml to 500ml of water as the waterless wash. I've got a rolling towel technique going here. Now I normally wouldn't go with a waterless wash, generally speaking, because I'm not short of water here. But I certainly understand that some people might want to use it, and it is an effective waterless wash. It comes up quite well. It's relatively slick as well, which means that there's less likelihood of doing damage to your paint. But if you want to do no damage to your paint, or as little as possible, you want to follow a safe wash. Here I am though, using the 20ml to a litre version. This is basically the standard QD dilution as a waterless wash again. It still works like that, so you can work out what's best for you. It leaves a nice finish, but we'll have a look at the beauty shots at the end of the video. Now what I wanted to show here was the state of the bonnet. I have left this car for longer than I care to admit between washes. You can see though that there are the remnants of some sort of protection. I'm not sure which one it was, it's been quite a while, but you can see some water is repelling from the panel. That's good, I guess, but we want to wash that off. So what I'm doing here actually, I know some people have been talking in videos lately about the 2-bucket method and how it's not always the best idea. Well, I've gone for a no-bucket method here. This is a cheap Chinese wash mitt, and I am rinsing it out in between washing each half of the panel to make sure that it's clean when it goes back onto the panel. And I've also squirted some shampoo onto the face of the mitt there. Specifically, if you're interested, this is Mirror Image Car Care's Prestige shampoo is what I'm using, very foamy and smells great. But you can see here now that after rinsing this off, the state of the panel now, most of that remnants of the protection have now gone. We're left with fairly flat paint, aside from a few small spots, but that you would say that that's basically dead. So what I'm using here is Sonak's Extreme Brilliant Shine Detailer, BSD, very popular product in the market, and I've used this before. One of the things, or one of the reasons I wanted to use this, was that talking to Ed Turners, they stated that this product, although it's a really good product, it has no slickness, and I've mentioned that in previous videos. What they state is that by using their own ceramic QD, you're going to get very similar water repelling results to BSD, but you're going to get slickness along with it. So this is what I'm applying to the left side of the bonnet right now. A very straightforward and simple product. Straightforward and easy to apply. Spray it on, wipe it over. It was quite a warm day, so the product was flashing quite quickly. But I could tell just by wiping it over, you could feel the slickness, especially when you're buffing it off. There's a huge difference. There is no slickness on the BSD side. Now this is just a very fine mist of water to show you the difference in the water repelling results. Water repelling results. So here you go, you'll be able to see there's pretty drastic line there to begin with the small beads, but as they get bigger, it's less, the line is blurred, you don't see it quite so easily. But we'll take you in closer and you can check this out now. So that's where the line should be. Let's have a look at the left side. This is the Ed Turner's Ceramic QD. Fairly even and uniform beads. Nice sitting on the panel there. And this is BSD. You can see those beads are slightly rounder. That's what this product is really well known for. If you want an epic beader, this is it. But honestly, putting them side by side, there is not an enormous difference. And I think it would take a trained eye to spot it. I know beading is not what everyone is after, but it is nice, let's be honest. Now let's go for a heavy rainfall effect. And side by side, you'd be forgiven for thinking this is the same product across the whole panel. So really, really nice water repellency there. You can see it's rolling off, it's beading up. Very, very similar. Really hard to tell the difference there. Although I'll tell you one difference, the price. The price is bonkers. BSD is good value for money if you can find it around £7.50. But this ceramic QD, you get more product for a tenner. I think it's just going to be one of those that's hard to beat, really hard to beat. And I haven't seen BSD on the market for anywhere less than a tenner recently. Prices have been all over the place. Here you can see if we sheet the water, if we flood it, you do see there's a bit of a difference there. BSD gets rid of the water just ever so slightly faster. I will also say that the Ed Turner's is not quite as chemically resilient. BSD does beat it in that regard, but that's because I believe BSD to be more of a sealant than a quick detailer. So this is the sheeting or the drying with water, and you can see they're both able to pull those beads off and leave very little water behind. Let's have a look at the water repellency with the two sections I cleaned waterlessly at the back of the car earlier. So that's the waterless wash side on the left. Now let's get a closer view of the quick detailer effect on the right. Doesn't look like there's a huge difference between them yet when you're spraying them separately, but spraying the door and the rear panel together, you can see the rear panel holds on to that water just a little bit more. Now this QD is not supposed to be a very, very repellent product. This is the standard cleansing QD. But you can see there is still some water difference there. So this is after washing the panel and drying it off and going over with the standard QD dilution of 20 milliliters to a liter of water. And you can see there, it is repelling the water very nicely. For something that's just very quick and simple to apply with a cleansing ability to help you take off watermarks, things like that, any smudges, anything you've left behind from your wash process. It's a great post-wash product and still leaves a little bit of protection. And here's the beauty shot after another dry off and a quick reapplication of the QD at 20 ml to a liter. These are the results you can get. It is really shiny and glossy. They've added some gloss enhancers in there, and it really, really looks great. I don't think you could argue with this kind of result after a wash, and especially for the value for money. So there you go. You've seen them in action. They are solid products. I cannot really fault them for what they do, especially for the insane value for money. But it gets even better. Like I mentioned earlier, there is a discount code available. If you go to the Ed Turner's website, I will leave a link down in the description below, and use the code Specky. The first 100 people using that code will get 15% off their order. It's not just applicable on these two products, it's available on any product you buy on the Ed Turner's website. So make sure you go and check out the range. And if you want to support the channel, make sure you're using that code, because it helps me out and it helps you guys out. So it's a win-win. So solid quality products, definitely worth a try. If you guys enjoyed this, if you found it interesting, leave a comment down below. If it's a good video, make sure you go and smash that like button. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and while you're there, ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next video uploads. In the meantime though, I've been Specky. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.